Hey guys, it's Kanza here and this is my YouTube channel for your convenience. Today I will talk about emotions in cognitive psychology perspective. First of all, I will talk about the definition of emotions. It's a psychological state that comprises thoughts and feelings, psychological changes, expressive behaviors and inclination. Now you can see an image in which different emotions are expressed, like happiness, sadness, fear, anger, surprise, and disgust. Emotions are intense feelings that are directed at someone or something. Emotions include three different things. The first one is conscious experience, like feelings. The second one is expressions which can be seen by others. And the third one is actions of the body that are psychological arousals. Now, there are some things that are associated with emotions, like a person's temperament, its personality, disposition, motivation, and now we can see about the categories of emotion. There are basically two categories of emotion: primary emotions and secondary emotions. First of all, we will talk about primary emotions. The definition of primary emotions are that these are the emotions that we feel at first. These are the first response to any situation. Thus, if we are threatened, we may feel fear. When we hear of a death, we may feel sadness, and this sadness is the first experience or first feeling that arose in a person in response of the situation of death. They are unthinking, instinctive responses that we have. Now we have different examples of primary emotions like anger, fear, happiness, surprise, sadness, and love. Now you can see an image in which different primary emotions are expressed. Now if we talk about secondary emotions, these are emotions which you feel something about the feeling itself. For example, you may feel anger about being hurt or shame about your anxiety. Here you are feeling shame about anxiety. Anxiety is the feeling itself. Now if we experience fear, the secondary emotion would be feel threatened, and it depends on situation that a person is experiencing. Here we have an image for your help. Now there are different examples of secondary emotions like optimism, disgust, shame, nervousness, irritation, and passion. Human emotions is innate in every person. It is something that are born with and something a person die with. Happiness, sadness, love, hatred, worries, and indifferences. These are things that consequently occur in our daily life. Now we will talk about variety of emotions. There are basically two varieties of emotion: positive emotion and negative emotion. If we talk about positive emotions, these are feelings where there is no negativity and such as no pain or discomfort is felt by the person. Fredrickson in 2009 identifies the 10 most common positive emotions that are joy, gratitude, sincerity, interest, hope, pride, amusement, inspiration, awe, and love. She noted a ratio of positive to negative emotions that is 3:1 in order to have a good life. Like if you see an example that if you present a gift to a kid, that kid will feel happy and he will arouse positive emotions. Now if we see negative emotions, these are feelings which cause a person to be miserable and sad. These emotions make a person dislike his own self and others and reduce his confidence and self-esteem. And journal life satisfaction. Emotions that can become negative are hate, anger, jealousy, and sadness. Like if we take an example, if a student is presenting something in the front of class and his teacher discourages him, do not appreciate him, the student will arouse negative feelings or negative emotions, and he will think that he is not able to present in front of people. Now we'll talk about how to perceive emotion. In this there are different things. Like first of all we'll talk about body posture. It shows how we hold our bodies when we walk, stand, sit. It gives cues to others about our emotions. It includes them in how relaxed or tense or how confident or shy a person is. Depending upon how close a person is standing to another person, it shows his aggression or love, dominance or submission. Like you see in this image, you can see two different people. One is having a close posture, and the close posture indicates hospitality, unfriendliness, and anxiety of that person. And there is another person having an open posture, and this open posture is showing his friendliness, open mindedness, and willingness. The other one is speech pattern, that is about carefully choosing words when you are angry and expressing happiness. Our emotion causes not only to feel differently but also to speak differently. Speech pattern change depending upon a person's emotional state. Our regular cadence can increase or decrease in rate and pitch, tone, volume, and or inflection, and even accent may also be affected. The other one is gestures. Gestures take different meanings in different cultures. It's a non-verbal way of communicating emotions to another person. Now we talk about facial expressions. There are 44 of them, and they are able to communicate important non-verbal message in a split second. Now there are universal facial expressions that are 7 in numbers, and every human being unconsciously recognizes and interprets them. And these 7 expressions are anger, compact, disgust, fear, happiness, sadness, and surprise. As you can see in the image. Physiological cues is the next one. These are emotions that are accompanied by a subtle physiological change. A subtle flush of a face or increase in heart rate or body temperature can be a clue to emotional state of the person to which we are talking. Now we'll talk about theories of emotion. The first theory we are going to talk about is Cannon-Bard theory of emotion. According to this theory, that we react to a stimulus and experience the associated emotion to that stimulus at the same time. Cannon-Bard theory shows that we feel emotion and experience psychological reactions like sweating, trembling, and muscle tension simultaneously. This theory also suggests that emotions result when thalamus sends a message to brain in response to physiological, resulting in a physiological reaction. Now take an example of if a person sees a snake, the person become afraid and begin to tremble at the same time. Now the other one is James Lang theory of emotion. That is really against the theory of Cannon-Bard. This theory suggests that people first experience a physiological reaction in response to a stimulus in the environment. It proposes that person will interpret his or her physical reactions and conclude that he was frightened. Like there is an example, if you encounter a growling dog, you might begin to breathe rapidly and tremble. James Lang theory would then suggest that you would label those feelings as fear. Now we talk about emotional intelligence. It is the ability to perceive, control, and evaluate emotions is known as emotional intelligence. Solove and Meyer proposes a model that identifies 4 different factors of emotional intelligence. Now the first factor is perceiving emotion. It is the first step in understanding emotions is to accurately perceiving them, which may include the nonverbal signals like body language and facial expression. The other one is reasoning with emotion. This is the next step that involves using emotions to promote thinking and cognitive activity. Emotions help prioritize what we pay attention and react to. We respond emotionally to things that garner our attention. Third one is understanding emotions. The emotions that we perceive can carry a wide variety of meanings. If someone is expressing angry emotions, the observer must interpret the cause of their anger and what it might mean. The next one is managing emotions. The ability to manage emotions effectively is a key part of emotional intelligence. Regulating emotions, responding appropriately, and responding to emotions of others are all important aspects of emotional management. Please like, comment, and share my video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe my channel for more interesting